Hey cruisers! Woohoo! We are back live. It is so good to see all of you here. Hope you're all having a terrific week. We did it! Tomorrow is Friday. Can you believe it? This is going to be awesome. So here's how things are going to work tonight. If you have a question for us tonight here at Cruise Tips TV, cruise related question, what we want you to do is in all caps before your question, write the word question. And then write your question after that, just so we can see it a little bit easier. We found that it's just a tiny bit easier to spot them that way if the chat gets a little bit busy. Also wanted to let you know that I've just put a link in the chat that says AfterParty, because this is not where it ends tonight, y'all. Tonight, we are going live on Amazon right after this at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're gonna be talking all about safe travel. Specifically shopping for safe travel. We're going to be talking about things like our favorite Santa hands and all kinds of other stuff. 39 great items, but a little secret for you. Not only is it fun to shop over there, but the chat is typically nowhere near as busy as it is here. And we can still interact with you, answer questions about products. Sometimes even a few cruise questions can sneak in over there. So if you want to continue the fun, we definitely want you to join us. If you can't make it, we do have a huge favor to ask of you. If you can't make it, I'm going to type this in right now. Let me just get this in there. Hang on one second. We are working really hard to increase the number of followers that we have over on Amazon. So what I would love for all of you to do is click on the link I just popped into the chat and go over there and click follow. Lots of you are already following us over there. Like loads of you already know exactly what we're doing over on Amazon. You know what I'm talking about. You don't need to go over there and follow, but for the rest of you, this will be very, very easy to do. All you have to do is click on the link I just popped in and then go over there and hit follow. Yay. So we got all the housekeeping out of the way, and now I'm going to start answering your questions. I know I saw one come in before the chat about face masks. Thank you, Lucia Heath, for your question. Lucia said, question, is there a specific type of mask they are requiring? I have a cruise September 4th. Lucia, you should be fine with any type of traditional face mask that does not have a vent. You want to avoid neck gaiters and vented masks. So traditional face masks, whether they are cloth or whether they are disposable paper, are totally fine. But I have seen signs on cruise ships that say you can't wear the vented kind and you can't wear neck gaiters. So nothing more specific than that. Brenda, what's up, Brenda? Hi. Brenda said, question, did your adventure cabin have a fold-out couch and a drop-down ceiling bed? It did not have a drop-down ceiling bed. It did have a fold-out couch, but it was wacky shaped cabin. Did we put up our cabin tour, honey? We haven't done that yet, huh? Oh my gosh, we'll edit that cabin tour soon and get that up onto YouTube so you can see it. But yeah, no drop-down bed. Just the couch, but it was big enough to sleep two people. So if you're thinking about putting your kids in there, it would fit two people, maybe not super comfortably. Debbie Wilson said, do you know what is the earliest one can get a check-in time if not platinum or diamond? If you're on it, you might be able to get one as early as like 11:30 a.m. potentially, but every port is a little different. I have heard of a few people getting them as early as like 11:30, but I'm assuming you're talking about Royal Caribbean. I'm not even sure which cruise line. Super hard to say. I think Royal Caribbean is probably getting people on board still just about as fast as they were beforehand, which we know that they're famous for that. Ms. Mary said, how do you recommend finding a travel agent? That is such a good question. So we recommend that you ask friends, family, loved ones, trusted people for a travel agency recommendation. If you aren't able to find someone that way, we have a travel agency partner, Mary. Send me a DM and I will let you know who they are and you can contact them. They're awesome. Karen and Gord said, question, favorite cruise line, private island. It's a really hard toss up for me between Princess Keys and Perfect Day Coco Key because they're both glorious. And Half Moon Key is amazing. And I have a funny feeling we're gonna fall in love with MSC's Ocean K Private Marine Reserve as well when we eventually get to go there at some point. All right, Paul said, does the ocean air dry out the eyes? I don't know if it does. I mean, ultimately, I think any kind of exposure would dry out your eyes. That's a good question. Banya, how are you? Banya said, question, we're booked with Holland America in 2022. As of now, they don't accept Astra. Do you expect that to change in the future? It's really hard to say, Banya. I hope so. I hope by 2022, like the middle of 2022, that you potentially may not even need a vaccine to cruise, but who am I to say? I just don't know. Rebecca said, question, would you go on a test cruise? Maybe, Rebecca. I will apply for the, did you guys, a lot of you got the test cruise email from Royal Caribbean that opens at midnight Pacific tonight. I am going to apply for it, but I don't, it's really hard for me because I have a day job, and so it has to work into my schedule, and I know I couldn't take Junior, so it would have to be like me and a friend or something. I don't know, but maybe. It doesn't excite me as much as it once did. I can tell you that. Ladybug said, what should basic travel insurance have in these uncertain times? International cruise next year. I would go with a comprehensive cancel for any reason policy, Ladybug. Other than that, in terms of specific medical coverage and coverage amounts, I'm not an expert in that area, but if I were you, I'd buy the top of the line. CFAR is what they call them, cancel for any reason policy. Karen Clay said, can you tell us what line you're considering for your next cruise? Oh, we're so open, Karen. We're considering them all. You know, ultimately, I want to get back on Princess as soon as possible, but the problem is I'm not sure how they're handling vaccinations. Our son isn't vaccinated. Carnival might be a good solution because they're being a little more lenient about it. MSC is on the table. There's a lot of options. Lucretia says, if you have a disability, what do the cruise lines ask for? I don't know that they ask for anything, Lucretia. Can anybody help me answer Lucretia's question? If you have a disability, does the cruise line need any documentation? I don't know that they do. Leslie Spirit said, do you have an opinion on Norwegian cruise ship Star going to Greece next year? Yes, I've been on Star. It's a great ship. It's small, mid-size, I guess you could say, for a cruise ship. It's really easy to navigate, really awesome, love it. It's in good condition. It's a fabulous ship, and when we were on it, it had really nice crew too. Jim Ring said, Sherry, very important question. What are we drinking tonight? Nothing, Jim. I don't even have a glass of water. Work was so busy this afternoon. I barely came screaming into the set. I forgot to grab myself water. That's how bad it is. If all goes well, I will go mix up a cocktail between this live stream and the Amazon after party, Jim. Jim, can you make me a cocktail? Chris Sukarada said, question, junior balcony versus balcony Carnival Mardi Gras. Do you mean like, oh, I don't know, what is a junior balcony? Do you mean a junior suite? Chris, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with those cabin categories and I'm just not sure. But if anybody else knows, maybe they could let you know. Peggy said, some cruise lines are not recognizing mixed vaccines, but are these cruise lines accepting unvaccinated people? Yeah, some of them are accepting unvaccinated people on a case-by-case basis. So if you are one of those people who have a mixed vaccine and you are quote-unquote considered unvaccinated, you can apply for the exemption. That is correct. You can apply for the exemption if the cruise line is allowing it. I know Princess is considering people on a limited basis. Carnival is as well. And so, yeah. Lauren Perkins, what cruise line would you recommend for the Mediterranean? Honestly, Lauren, I recommend the one that you like to cruise with the most already if they cruise there. If you're a Royal Caribbean cruiser, cruise with Royal Caribbean. If you are, a Princess cruiser or Holland America cruiser, pick those lines. If you're super open-minded and you want a little bit more of a European cruise experience, book on MSC, book yourself into that yacht club, and do not think twice, but definitely go yacht club. Steve Roth, what's up, Steve and Shannon? Hi, guys. Steve said, do you think there's any risk of the Caribbean islands countries closing off to ships due to spikes of the Delta variant? 100% yes, I do. In fact, the United States Virgin Islands have already prohibited any ship from approaching the island that doesn't have a fully vaxxed set of passengers, 0 exceptions. Absolutely, because the Caribbean islands they're dealing with this island by island. So yes, I totally think that is a possibility. Ashley said, what is the Amazon after party? Well, I will let you know. Ashley, at 6 p.m. Pacific tonight, right after this, we are going over to our Amazon Live channel. Let me put this in the chat for you. And at that time, we are going to hang out and we're going to do a live stream on the Amazon platform. What that means is that Cruise Tips TV, we have an Amazon store over there, and we were invited by Amazon to be live streamers, which means that we can go and fill a carousel beneath our live video of products that we like, and we get to talk about them live. It's really fun. It kind of feels like Sherry QVC. Like it's like shopping. It's a shopping show. It's fabulous. And many of the people here in the chat can probably tell you a little bit more what it feels like. They're gonna say it feels like Sherry QVC. But it's fantastic, and we can hang in the chat. So you guys, please join us for that live stream. In fact, click on it now and go follow our Amazon store, even if you can't go tonight, because I'm telling you, these live streams are great. We do cooking shows, we do home gear, we do travel gear. We haven't been doing as many for the last month. I haven't shared this with you guys, but I have actually not been feeling all that great for about a month. And I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better. I know that's a long time to not be feeling good. I wasn't sick. I was just having I was just feeling honestly kind of nauseous and a little bit off. And it has been a little bit hard for me to do live streaming. I feel amazing now. I am 100% fine. I don't want anybody worrying. But yeah. That's why we haven't been doing a lot of live streams, but I'm good now. Chris, thank you so much for the adorable little super sticker. That is so cute. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Douglas said, question, did you see the info on MSC World Europa? What was your favorite part? Mine are the pool areas. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Douglas, definitely the pool areas are total game changers. These newer builds with MSC are gorgeous. Love that. I would have to agree with you. And I can't remember exactly what the layout is of that ship, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it has a ginormous yacht club area. Oh, Jen Megsy said, what's your thought on Starbucks being included on the Norwegian fleet? I think it's cool. I actually like it. I think it's a nice upcharge option. And I think a lot of people really like good quality coffee. And if you're gonna do upcharge coffee anyway, why not bring in Starbucks brand? I'm cool with it. What do you think, Chris? Bridget's Buzz, how are you, Bridget? I'm so glad you're here. I know that you had mentioned on our Instagram live the other day that you were hoping for a live stream, so thank you. Bridget said, what is your favorite Alaskan port? Haynes. I love all the other ones. I love Ketchikan, Skagway, Juneau, Sitka, but Haynes has a very special place in our heart. It's tiny, it's charming. Just love it. I just absolutely love it. Thank you, Jim. Do you like this top? Jim, this is an Amazon buy, believe it or not. It's a fun little Amazon top. And yes, I am feeling so good today. I woke up this morning and told my husband I feel better than I felt in like literally probably 6 weeks. We're doing the live stream tonight on both channels. Like I've really missed it, and I just couldn't do it. Wasn't feeling it. Ben Pestic Jr. said, question, do you think cruises will start getting canceled again? I don't, Ben. I think you're going to see lockdowns in other ways. I think you're going to see restrictions tightening. I think you could see more reduced capacity. You're going to see ports turning ships away. You're going to see mask requirements like you have this week, more testing requirements. I don't think they're going to get canceled again. Hopefully I'm right. I hope so. Lucretia said, how do we know when you're doing a live on Amazon? I can't find a bell. I know. Lucretia, they're supposed to notify you when we go live. So right when we go live, the app is supposed to tell you, hey, Sherry's live right now. Go see her. But I also advertise it all over social media. Following our Facebook page, facebook.com/Cruise Tips TV is the best way to find out, because we always advertise them in advance there. Patricia Holmes said, just curious, your thoughts on Carnival's newest decision for masks and COVID tests for vaccinated passengers. Really quick, you guys, just because I know a lot of new people have joined, and thank you. If you have a question, type question in all caps, be shouty before the question so Mr. Cruise Tips TV can see it. Because we're on a short live stream tonight, we're trying to cover a million questions, so I want to get your live stream. What do I think about it? I think it's to be expected, Patricia. Can I say I saw it coming? Not so much with Carnival. I didn't think that they would go back on the mask thing, but I think that because they're cruising at such high capacities, I mean, they're cramming those ships almost full. I'm not surprised that it's happening. How do I feel about it personally? I'll totally cruise on Carnival with a mask and a pre-cruise COVID test because I can get a COVID test for free where I live, but I understand a lot of people can't, and they're probably really ticked off. And I understand a lot of people don't want to wear a mask, and they're probably really ticked off. Who wants to wear a mask on their vacation? I get it. But I also know that I don't have to wear a mask outside. I don't have to wear a mask when I'm eating in the dining room. I don't have to wear a mask when I'm in my stateroom. And I spend a lot of time in all those places. So I can handle wearing a mask, walking from point A to point B inside. I'm cool with it. They need to be careful. I don't want them to go out of business. So I'm cool with it. Paul said, just curious, have you seen many people play darts on cruises? Perhaps a dart night. I've never seen anyone play darts on cruises. Have you, honey? I think it's probably a safety hazard, but they could probably do the magnetic darts. Gosh, has anybody seen darts? I don't know. Noemi said, do you have any idea when itineraries for Europe summer 2023 will be out? Royal Caribbeans aren't available yet. I hope that we'll see more by this fall, Noemi, and I do think you will see them by this fall. Ashley said, what's your favorite Mexican port? First thing that comes to my mind is Puerto Vallarta, close to my heart. Grew up visiting there for holidays, like through my childhood, and I just love the lush, beautiful, jungly look, and I love the people. Brenda Boretti said, question, non-cruise with Sherry. Oh, how do you keep your shirt shoulders right? You mean my off-the-shoulder ones? I don't wear the ones that slip anymore. I just stuck them in a corner of my closet, and I buy the ones that are super elasticy. Like I have a mark on my shoulder, Brenda, because they're elasticy, but I'm shying away from the ones that move. And it's a price you pay for, wanting them to stay in place. But I'm also wearing off the shoulder a little bit less these days. You saw me on the cruise. I think I wore off the shoulder one time on the last cruise, maybe, and that was it. Just not wearing it as much. I like wearing it on the live streams though, because it keeps me cool. I know that sounds weird, but it's like ventilation, So Joyce Remmer said, question, we're going on Odyssey of the Seas 814. Any ideas for Aruba? I'm not sure about Aruba right now, but I think you should be optimistic for Aruba. Sheldon, what's up? Aw, Sheldon Griffith said, hey, Cruise Tips TV fam, looking at potential Cabo relaxing, non-partying excursions other than watching Sherry's blog, which is on tonight. Any ideas? Sheldon and I offlined about this today, and I told Sheldon to go sailing. And I think that's what he should do, but I want you guys to help out. Let's tell Sheldon where to do some relaxing Cabo stuff. You could also do a resort day at like the Riu Palace. You could get a resort day pass, Sheldon. What is up? Matt is here from Royal Caribbean Vlog. Hi, Matt. Matt says, I made it past security into the super secret double probation. Oh, I missed it. Wait, the super secret double probation Cruise Tips TV Q&A. Yeah, right. Yeah, we really locked it down, Matt. We're just, we're high security tonight. Hey, good to see you, Matt. And thank you so much for all you do. Always, of course. We appreciate the information that you provide. I'm literally glued to your Twitter feed. Notification bell goes off every time Matt posts something right up on my phone. I suggest you guys do the same thing. If you're a Royal Caribbean fan and you have a Twitter account, one of the best ways, or Facebook or Instagram. No, not Instagram. Matt's not as much there, but Facebook or Twitter. You put your notifications on for his account. Thank you for turning on my fan, babe. Am I glistening? He's like, you look like you're getting hot. But turn it on because Matt's got like up to the minute stuff. Also, I got to meet Matt on my last cruise, which was a total triple honor. Our whole family felt the same way. We all got to meet Matt and his family as well. It was wonderful. David Dornan said, question, cruising out of Seattle, September 19th, going to Alaska with family from other states. We're all vaccinated. Hope to avoid the kind of bull being pulled now. Having a lot of problems finding a way for everyone to get COVID tested on or after the 16th and having test results to present on the, sorry, David, your question's long. We're moving it up. On the 19th, any tips? Okay, yes. So your cruise leaves on the 19th of August or September. So get it a full 3 days beforehand so that you can get them back in time. Most labs are turning things around within 24 to 48 hours. So if your cruise leaves on a Saturday, get the COVID test on Wednesday, and you should be fine. The only thing I can do is reassure you that most of the labs are moving faster right now. Trust me, when I had to get COVID tests to travel to to St. Martin and then had to do it for my son for our Royal Caribbean cruise. It was so stressful because you don't know if they're going to come back in time, and they tell you it'll be 2 to 5 days. It's stressful. I get it, but you got this. It will be okay. There's one other thing you can do, and it sucks, but I did it both trips, and that is to take 2 COVID tests at 2 different places. That's what I did. I got one at one lab, one at another lab. I know it sounds ridiculous, but because they were free, we felt like if it doesn't come back, then at least I have one from another lab. It's total overkill, but I mean, you could do that. Holly Poston says, thoughts on Iceland on Holland America. Yeah, my thoughts are do it and do not wait. Sounds wonderful. Chris Sukarada said, NCL Breakaway has dartboards and it was always crowded. Oh, funny. That's awesome. Denelian Ramos said, question, have you cruised to Santorini and Mykonos? What excursions do you recommend? I haven't. I've never been to Greece. I've been all over Europe, but never Greece. And I'm so sorry that I don't have tips for you. I apologize. Jim Ring said, question, will we be lucky enough to get to experience and be involved in Vlogtoberfest this year? You know I need to adjust my social calendar. I can't imagine a year without Vlogtoberfest. So we did get a little traumatized last year because anytime we would do a live vlogging event that went on for a few days or whatever, weeks, people would unsubscribe by the hundreds. And it happened in October and it happened in December. So if you look at our Cruise Tips TV subscriber graph, right? It's this graph and it's usually kind of like this. And then what happened last October is it went like this. And then in December it went and we lost people. I believe in my true heart that was because cruising was not a thing and people they didn't want to hear about it and they decided to go. But there is still a little fear. So the answer is I'm sure we'll do something, Jim. And yeah, we just have to figure out how to make it so people don't leave. Matt at Royal Caribbean Vlog said I canceled cable in October to make room for Vlogtober. Matt's like, I saved my $90 and just come hang out with Sherry. I appreciate that. Thank you for the vote of confidence, guys. So Katie said Eastern or Western Caribbean for summer 2022 with 2 T's. For me, I prefer Eastern, but Western is really fun too. Yeah, Eastern. You're asking my opinion. I'm just going to give it to you straight. Goalie Reaper, what's up? Would you recommend to stay in Hawaii for a few days and then do a cruise around the islands to get the best out of the trip and see as much as possible? Oh, heck yes, I would. You could do that, Goalie Reaper, or you could do one of the 15-nighters that leave from the West Coast and do 5 sea days over, 5 sea days back, 5 days in the island. But I love the idea of doing a pre or post in Hawaii, Goalie Reaper. Incredible idea. Michelle, Love Beach Sunset says, question, does the 72 hours start from when you receive? We'll move that up a little bit. I think I know what you're going to say, but okay. So the thing is, Michelle, with the 72-hour testing, you guys, a lot of the cruise lines are not saying 72 hours. They're saying 3 days. If they're saying 3 days, you can get the test anytime on Wednesday to cruise anytime on Saturday. But Michelle specifically said when you receive the results or when you get the test, it's when you take the test. That's when the clock starts counting, is when they collect your specimen, not when you get your results. But remember, it's not always 72 hours. 3 days is more liberal. 3 days means it could be 77 hours because you tested it Wednesday at 10 a.m., but you didn't get on the ship until 5 p.m. on Saturday. Do you get it? Do you see? Believe me, I learned because that has been something I had to face when I was traveling. Hope that you feel better now, Michelle. Sweet Bro 77, what's up? Would I ever consider doing another Alaska cruise? If so, would you vlog it? Yes, and yes, 100 times yes. We're itching to go back to Alaska. We'd love to, and we will. We will. Ashley question says, what lab was free? I'm in social. Huh? I don't think I know what that means. Did I miss a super chat, Mr. Cruz? Huh? SoCal? Oh, what? I'm so sorry, Ashley. COVID testing lab, you're in SoCal. Walgreens, CVS, potentially Walmart, drugstores. And I'm so sorry, Ashley, I misunderstood your question. I think I did. Chris had the super sticker earlier. Yeah. Mr. Chris TV, thank you. Matt is clarifying the 72 hours. He said the day you set sail is not one of the days you count. Instead, count backwards from the day before to figure out which day to get your test. See, that's awesome. That gives you even more time. Matt says, as an example, if your cruise departs on a Saturday, you could get your test done on Friday, Thursday, or Wednesday. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly my understanding of it too, is that the 72-hour or 3-day rule puts you at a Wednesday test earliest for a Saturday sail. Thank you. Ashley, there should be, in California, there should be a lot of free testing options for you. They aren't really even supposed to ask you for proof of insurance. They can, but they're not really supposed to. So, kind of interesting. Yes, thank you, Reese. I feel 100%. I'm great. Totally fine. Nothing's wrong. I'm good. Yeah. What's up, Kurt and Marcia? Nice to see you. Okay, guys, anybody else has questions, remember to type questions in all caps at the beginning of your questions so we can see them. And I'm wondering, I don't think we've missed any. I think we're caught up on questions, so if we missed you, now is definitely time to retype those questions. Jellybean said, can testing be done at LAX? Yes, they do have testing, but if it was me, I would not count on it because you don't know how crowded it's going to be. You don't know how much it's going to cost. But just Google LAX COVID testing and see what your options are. Kathy L said, question, when doing a back-to-back, do you have to test in between and does the ship do it? Kathy, yes, most of the cruise lines right now are requiring you to test between, and I have heard on different lines, I've heard it both ways. If anybody is expert on this, please let me know. I've heard of some people saying they had to get off the ship and test and then get back on. That seems awfully cruel to me to send people out into the world to test and then come back. I'm thinking that a lot of the lines are probably doing it for you or facilitating it in some way. But please, if someone's an expert on this, let me know. Cheryl, it's so good to see you. Cheryl said, look into free testing for travel at Walgreens and CVS and SoCal. Yep, same thing. I got mine at Rite Aid too, Cheryl. I did one at Rite Aid and then I did one through like the county where I live. Oh, Karen and Gord, great question. Karen and Gord want to know when our next cruise vlog is premiering. It's done. I just need to set it up. It's really short, so I'm probably not going to premiere it, Karen and Gord. It's only 8 minutes long. It's a mini vlog. Second day at Perfect Day, so I'll probably just pop it out tomorrow. What do you think about tomorrow, sweetie? Yeah, probably won't premiere it. It's too short. Hi, Isabel. How are you doing? So good to see you. You're welcome, Ashley. You should have lots of options. Swede Bro said, question, what's your favorite kind of video to film and why? Example, vlog, pack with me, tips, news, etc. News is my least favorite, if we're being honest. I love doing how I organize my stateroom videos and just walking you guys around the room and showing you where I put all of my stuff. I know it sounds really weird. I think packing videos are a blast to film too. I would say my favorite. What's your favorite, honey? Do you have a favorite? It's hard because they're all kind of different and special. I will say embarkation day vlogs are the hardest because you're already dealing with embarkation stress and you know that you really want to do a lot in that first day and show people as much as you can of that experience that's to come, but it's hard to get it all done. So I'm going to go with my favorite being those stateroom walkarounds and then these live streams because we're interacting. So that's so fun. I love that. Okay, I think we're doing good here. Let's see. Oh, yay. Cool, Steven. I don't know what your question is, but how fun that you're doing that. What's up, Zachary? It's so nice to see you. Thanks for letting me know who you were. I would not have known. Okay, so Steve Roth said celebrity is requiring a 72-hour test, so you definitely want to be careful of that and maybe get your test on Thursday if you're leaving on a Saturday. Oh, good, Susanna. We're going to have fun over there on Amazon. Crazy Dog likes outfit of the day videos. I like those too. Those are really hard to film though, because you have to stop and every outfit you're wearing, you have to remember to film it. And sometimes we forget, right? D. Gibson said, we're on Regal Transatlantic sailing Southampton on November 3rd. If we receive a COVID test October 31st, would that work? Wait. I think so, but if it was me, I would do it on the 1st instead. Oh my God. Vernon said, question, how weird was it to do your first cruise vlog back? Vernon, it was surprisingly not weird at all. Something was different for me though. I had this really weird calmness that day that I normally do not have. Normally I'm stress case, super high strung, type A, I'm the planner. None of that this time. It was just like, we're here, this is great, let's just soak it all up. I think the weirdest thing was that I didn't cry. Didn't cry the whole week. Didn't cry till I got in the airplane coming home. That was weird. I thought it was gonna be a hot mess. Never. Didn't happen a single time. Didn't get emotional on the ship. So I mean, I gotta tell you, you don't know how you're gonna experience something. You might think you know, you don't know. That's definitely what I learned on that cruise. It's like, you can plan all you want, but your emotions are just gonna take over. Dinamo said, going to Alaska in 2 weeks, your carry-on packing videos have inspired me. I've been practicing. Are your bags fairly heavy? No, they're pretty light, Dinamo. We go real light on them. They're not ultra light. Yay! Cheryl Hellman said, question, not related to COVID, what was the bear excursion you did in Ketchikan? Oh, Cheryl, it was so fun. It was the Alaska Rainforest Sanctuary, but they renamed, so I'm Googling it, Cheryl, and I'll tell you right now what it's called now. Hang on. If you Google Ketchikan Alaska Rainforest Sanctuary, you'll find it. The new name of the company is Kawanti.com, Kawanti.com. I'm looking to see if they have the bear tours in there, activities. Yep, black bear and wildlife exploration is the one I think that we did, Cheryl. They also have flight seeing, you guys, where you can go and do bear things, but the one that I was calling the bear walk on the Kawanti website is called Black Bear and Wildlife Exploration, and the rates start at $235. It's expensive, but it's really great if you really want to see bears. Yes, Debbie Wilson said Carnival exemptions get tested at the port, right? Yes, they have to get tested at the port and before they leave. Yeah, both from what I understand now. Goalie Reaper, statement, no question. I love how you put statement in all caps. That is so rad. Even though cruising is only hopeful at the moment, this live stream is filling so many positive vibes. Don't make me cry, Goalie Reaper. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. It feels so stinking good to come on here and not have people ask me if their stinking cruise is going to get canceled. Because remember, for 6 months, that's all people would say. Is my cruise going to get canceled? Do you think it's going to get canceled? And I was like, I don't know. I can't help you. Can we talk about something else, right? It's like, it's the best thing ever. Swede Bro, question. Oh, I missed a super chat from my Uncle John Carey. John, thank you. John said, thank you. And question, on the 3-day testing thing, they are making an exception for Thanksgiving, figuring most labs will be closed on Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So don't know how to get the results back. Oh, that's so interesting. Huh. Wow, John, I didn't know that. And Tanya loves unboxings. That's awesome. Those are the favorite types of videos that Tanya likes. That's so cool. I didn't even think about those, but we do have that whole other channel, guys. We really do. We have Sherry TV, which is youtube.com Sherry TV. It's like our lifestyle and products channel. That's so funny. All right, Sweet Bro, we edit when we come home most of the time, and good night to you too. Yeah, most of the time we do it when we come home. If not, Mr. Cruise Tips TV would never enjoy his cruise. He'd be working all the time because it takes between 20 and 50 hours to edit a single vlog, so we can't edit. It's just too much work. Jim Ring said, Cruise Tips TV, question, that blue chair was so amazing. Did you pack that in your luggage for your trip home? Can't tell you. Maybe we did. You never know, Jim. Aw, Joe Dura, thank you for the super chat. Joe said, happy to be able to make this live. Heard your podcast and laughed out loud as I was one of those weirdos who thought she was telling me to pack carry-on and I can't do it. Thanks for all you do. Okay, Josine, I know exactly what you're saying. So on our podcast on Wednesday. You guys can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. It's called Cruise Tips TV Unplugged. We were talking about the fact that we often, do packing videos about packing carry-on only, but I wanted to make it very clear to people that we aren't suggesting that you go carry-on only. It's just the way we do it. And I think a lot of people ultimately probably think that we somehow think less of people who don't pack carry-on only, or that we are telling you to do that when it's absolutely just not true. We'll tell you the virtues of it for us, but we don't necessarily want to talk you into it. I love that you were cracking up about that. That is so funny. Bridget's Buzz says, oh, by the way, guys, we got to stop questions now. If you haven't typed them in the chat, we're logging out in 3 minutes, so DM me on Instagram or Facebook if I missed your question, but we'll get the rest that are already typed in. Bridget said, does Carnival do formal night on 4-night sailings? Yes, as far as I know, they still do. Holly, cruising on Oceania in December. Any thoughts? Yes. Enjoy the food. It is exceptional from what I've heard. Just cherish it and take photos of it and send me a couple. But you're going to love it. Lorraine, cute Lorraine. Lorraine asked me if her cruise is going to be canceled. Very funny. Now I will not have PTSD if you ask me. I'm past it. I love it. Chris said, will my October Carnival Mardi Gras cruise be canceled? No, it won't. I'm going to say it. Like, I'm going to be all hardcore about it and say, no, I don't think so. A few more questions I'll grab out of the chat here. Let's see what we've got here. I think I can catch up on them, sweetie. I know, Isabel, I understand how you feel, and I cannot blame you at all for canceling that cruise. Red Baker said, what's the most important item that you bought on the cruise that was new on the first cruise back? Oh, new. I had an accidental new thing. It was, I didn't buy it. It was sent to me by my friend at Cruise On, and he's like, can you take a few photos of this for me on the trip? And we ended up using it the whole time. It was a waterproof cell phone case that I held around my neck, used it every day. Wouldn't have packed it if he hadn't said, hey, we take a few photos for me. It's great. So that was awesome. And we have those in our Amazon live stream that is about to start in a few minutes. So if you guys want to come on over and join the after party, we are going to log out now. I will I'm going to put the link in one more time so you guys have one more chance to get over and, like Paul said, jump ship from this one and go over to that one. But let me see if I can grab a few. Lucretia said, I looked on Royal Caribbean about testing, no mention of California ports about needing testing well. I don't think that cruises start up just yet with Royal Caribbean until maybe November, Lucretia. So maybe things will be better by then. I hope. I know, for Canadians, Isabel, so not worth the stress, my friend. Okay. Thank you for that information, Tiffany. I really appreciate it. Joseph, a good jewelry travel bag. Joseph, if you could send me a direct message on Facebook or on Instagram, I will get you a link to a good jewelry bag. Not a problem at all. Absolutely. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We are jumping over to Amazon. We are starting up there in 5 minutes. So give us 5 minutes to switch things over and get the stream rolling over there. And we'll see you there. This was so fun. Thank you for letting us answer your cruise questions. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas.
Cruise around the